Now at 5, reaction to the approval of recreational marijuana in Missouri. Plus, a local county commissioner steps down after 40 years on the job. And
the balance of power of the U.S. Congress is still up in the air. I'm Natalie Brandt on Capitol Hill with the latest results and what both parties are saying about election night.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
4 staters react after Missouri voters approve legalized recreational marijuana. This is KOAM News at 5. The majority of Missouri voters passed Amendment 3, legalizing recreational cannabis for people above the age of 21. While many people are celebrating the vote, not everyone's happy about it.
Myself, I voted no against that amendment because I just didn't like the complete wording and didn't like some things about it. But however, it is now going to be the law of the land.
We're going to hear from a supporter of the amendment tonight at 6. For the first time in 40 years, Labette County, Kansas has a new commissioner in District 1. Lonnie Addis was first elected as the first district county commissioner of Labette County in 1982. After winning that election, he went on to win 9 more, the most recent in 2018. He's currently the longest-serving county commissioner in the state of Kansas and ranks among the longest-serving commissioners in state history.
My accomplishment is just trying to do a good job every day. I can't focus on one thing because there was others that made it possible. So to put me independently of doing something well, not really. It's just doing my job good every day.
Lonnie Addis happens to be the father of Rye Addis, the sales manager here at KOAM Fox 14. The balance of power in Congress remains to be settled as control of the House and Senate are still up for grabs. Natalie Brandt is on Capitol Hill, where Republicans have made some gains, but did not pull off the red wave many expected.
Election workers continue to count ballots in some of the nation's closest races. Democrats are touting a better than expected election night.
It's supposed to be a red wave. You were talking about us losing 30 to 50 seats, and this was going to, that's not going to happen.
That includes John Fetterman. CBS News projects he won Pennsylvania's Senate race in a Democratic pickup. But other key Senate races are still considered toss-ups, including Nevada and Georgia. Election officials in the Peach State say that race will be decided in a December 6th runoff.
Ballots are being built as we speak, and counties are making preparations.
CBS News projects Senate Republican Ron Johnson will hold on to his seat in Wisconsin. The Arizona Senate race leans Democratic, with votes still being counted. CBS News projects the U.S. House is leaning Republican, with some of the most competitive races not yet called.
We will be in the majority, and Nancy Pelosi will be in the minority.
Republicans were expecting a red wave, but that did not materialize, and GOP candidates backed by former President Trump had mixed results.
Quite honestly, people are tired and exhausted from all of the baggage and kind of the cloud that surrounds any type of Trump campaign.
Exit polling revealed Trump mattered more to those voting for Democrats. More than half of Democrats said their vote was to oppose him. He's hinted at announcing a 2024 run next week. Natalie Brandt, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
In fact, former President Trump says he's going to have a big announcement next Tuesday, setting up a potential clash with a big winner from last night, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, who is said to be considering a presidential run as well. If you missed any of the election results or you want to take a closer look, it's all on the KOAM News app. It's free to download in the App Store. You can also go to our website for election information, koamnewsnow.com/elections. Let's check in with Doug Hetty for a first look at the weather.
Well, it definitely turned out to be a warm and a windy day for us today. Partly sunny skies, temperatures way up there, upper 70s to near 80 degrees. We're still sitting, most of us, into the mid 70s at this point in time, and we're just not going to drop off much during the overnight hours. Look at our southerly winds, about 15 to 20 miles per hour, but we've had gusts kind of higher than that at times throughout the afternoon, 25 upwards to 30. So it's going to stay breezy as we go through the evening hours. We do have partly cloudy skies out there, but these clouds will start to increase later on tonight. Here's our next storm system building out across the western third of the country. So through the evening hours, we drop back through the 70s, 60s, eventually down to 64. Thunderstorms in the forecast for us tomorrow. We're going to look at that here in just a bit.
All right, we'll see you then. Missouri wants your help returning 288 unclaimed military medals and insignia back to their rightful owners. It's part of the state's unclaimed property efforts. The latest effort comes ahead of Veterans Day this week. You can find a full list of information to help through the state's treasurer's office. Of course, we'll also put this and a link at KOAMnewsnow.com. A former restaurant building in Joplin came down this afternoon. Crews were at 7th and Maiden Lane to demolish the old Mojo's building. It was originally built to house a taco restaurant before transforming into Babes. A little bit later, a side job in the backyard.
Turning backyards into private dog parks. I'm Nichelle Medina with how an app is helping homeowners rent out their yards.
But first, staying safe from disease during these upcoming holiday gatherings. That's next in Health Watch. Topping today's Health Watch, young people remain at very low risk of dying from COVID-19. That's according to a new study out of the UK. Researchers also found that fatal cases of COVID in children were often linked to underlying conditions. Respiratory illnesses are making their rounds just in time for the holiday season, but after several years apart, families are ready to gather again. Naomi Ruckham tells us how experts say we can all gather safely this year.
Just weeks until Thanksgiving, families are finalizing their holiday plans.
Christmas will probably be small as well still, but we're all vaccinated and boosted. We're just trying to keep everyone safe.
With COVID, there were still so many unknowns a few years back, but here it's nice to be able to look forward to gathering for the holidays.
But with flu, COVID, and RSV all circulating, doctors caution any gathering requires thought and preparation.
I think it's really all about your tolerance for risk, right? There is no such thing as a risk-free gathering.
Dr. Helen Boucher is the dean of Tufts Medical School and says right now, the best thing you can do for your family is get the flu vaccine and the latest COVID booster.
It takes about 2 weeks for the immune system to fully respond and for you to have that protection. So now is the time if you want to have that protection in time for Thanksgiving.
Perhaps the most important advice of all, stay home if you don't feel well to keep everyone safe and healthy, especially loved ones who are older or have weaker immune systems.
We hear stories of vulnerable people becoming ill when a family member or friend came to an event with symptoms. So very, very important to think about others.
Opening the windows at large indoor family gatherings for better ventilation can also reduce risk. Guests can test for COVID for an extra layer of protection. That's the plan for Forbes Lynch and his family.
Based on my personal experiences, I happen to be on the testing side. I would like to know ahead of time and take the precautions.
So everyone can have a safe and healthy start to the new year. Naomi Ruckham, CBS News, New York.
Experts also recommend that those who are at a high risk for respiratory complications wear masks are large at indoor family gatherings. Millions turn to social media for medical advice, but a new study finds those YouTube and TikTok clips do not give accurate information on prostate cancer. Researchers from Albert Einstein College of Medicine looked at the top 50 videos that popped up when searching the term prostate cancer screening. They found 98% of the YouTube videos and all of the TikTok videos had only low to moderate levels of quality health information. A vast majority also had significant amounts of misinformation. And air pollution during pregnancy can lead to delays in a child's development. A study out of Taiwan found infants born to mothers who had exposure to tiny particles of pollution were more likely to have delays in gross motor, fine motor, and social development skills. The authors believe exposure before birth might have an even more significant impact than exposure after a child is born. And that is a look at today's health news. A little bit later, our Pet Vet on Call.
Hi, I'm Dr. Eva Dudek from Parsons Pet Hospital. Coming up, we're going to talk about onion toxicity.
Plus, we got thunderstorms back in the forecast for tomorrow. I'm going to break it down for you coming up. It definitely turned out to be a nice day for us today. Partly sunny skies. It was warm. We pushed 80 during the afternoon, a little bit on the windy side as well. Nice shot Indigo Sky Casino and Resort. Of course, the sun is setting. It'll be dark here in 30 minutes as we get closer and closer to the shortest days of the year, meaning daylight-wise. Of course, temperatures right now, we are sitting still low to mid 70s. We're at 75 in Stockton, Anderson 70, 73 in Miami, Pittsburgh 73. We have Independence at 73. It looks good. 7th and Rangeline currently outside 75. Southerly winds at about 13. Humidity is not bad at about 57%, but a breezy day. Southerly winds kicking in all day long at about 10 to 20 and gusts kind of in that 25 to 30 mile per hour range. As we go through the evening hours, we drop back into the 60s, but only down to 64. So another mild night on tap for us across the entire area. Not a whole bunch is going on. We do have some mid and upper level clouds which have been increasing, but in general it's fairly quiet here. Of course, our next storm system out to the west. This is the system that is going to roll in tomorrow. It's a fairly strong system and it's going to pull in quite a bit of cold air behind it. So we are going to see a drastic difference in temperature as we go from tomorrow and then all the way into Friday. Also, we got Tropical Storm Nicole spinning just off the coast of Florida. And this year's pattern, this is interesting because where it developed, it fits Hurricane Fiona, and then where it ends up, it fits Hurricane Ian from about 45 days ago. So this is kind of right on target. It's clocking winds. It is now a low-grade Category 1 hurricane, makes landfall during the overnight hours tonight, kind of moves off toward the west near Tampa, and then eventually turns up into South Carolina and then also North Carolina. So very similar areas that were affected by Ian will be affected by Nicole as we go through about the next 24 to 36 hours. Back here at home, we have clouds increasing tonight, mid 60s, overnight lows. As we go through the morning hours, we warm, mid 70s. As we get into the afternoon, look at the showers, thunderstorms. Here's 4:30, mainly on the Kansas, Oklahoma side. Some of these storms could be stronger. Not really anticipating anything severe because most of these showers and thunderstorms are going to be behind the cold front. Here's 7 p.m., a band right through the heart of the four-state area. Heaviest rain moves into Missouri by 9 p.m. Look at the temps. We're dropping into the 40s. Still showers till about the midnight hour, and then this lasts all the way until Friday morning. Could even have a few flakes of snow trying to mix in on the very back side. Rainfall amounts, we need more rain. I think most of us a ½ an inch upwards to an inch of rain with this next system, which we will take what we can get. 74 tomorrow, only 44 on Friday. Look at these overnight lows. Mid to upper 20s. It's going to be a chilly weekend, and we need to watch a system next Monday and Tuesday, which could be a rain over to snow event.
Ooh. Using that S word, that four-letter S word, snow.
It's getting that time of the year.
I guess it is. Thanks, Douglas. Coming up, dog parks at private homes. First, though, we honor a local veteran of the Vietnam War. Dale Rich served in the U.S. Air Force from 1949 to 1970. He received numerous medals, including a Bronze Star. His hometown, Nevada, Missouri. And we are proud to salute Chief Master Sergeant Dale Rich, a four-state hero. Topping today's Consumer Watch, with rising inflation, a lot of Americans are looking for side hustles to earn some extra cash. As Nichelle Medina explains, there's an app that's helping people transform their backyards into dog parks.
What's this? Stuart McDonald loves to see her dogs Cairo and Mochi run free in their own private space.
My dog is really dog reactive. He can't really be around other dogs at all.
Here, there's plenty of room to sniff, play, and splash in the water.
It's just a lot more relaxing, not having to worry about kind of the chaos of a dog park.
But this is not McDonald's home. She lives with her dogs in a condo and is renting Cindy Prince's backyard through an app called Sniff Spot for $13 an hour.
We had most of this here already for our kids who were really underutilizing the space.
David Adams started Sniff Spot 4 years ago, wanting to find more off-leash places for his pup to play.
Dogs evolved. They were bred out in the open and in fields, and now they're living in apartments and on leashes.
SniffSpot joins other apps that allow people to make extra cash off their property. On Peer Storage and Neighbor, you can rent out storage space in the garage. And on the Swimply app, homeowners get paid to let people use the pool. SniffSpot has more than 13,000 hosts across the country, and many of them have the potential to earn about $3,000 a month.
It's not a job. You're not doing work. You're letting people use your yard.
Prince says SniffSpot is an easy side hustle.
I am a stay-at-home mom, so this is a way for me to kind of make some extra money for our family.
For customers like McDonald, the private and secure space has been a game changer. Her dogs go home happy, a little dirty, and wiped out.
We're gonna go home and they're probably gonna pass out for a couple hours, aren't you?
A backyard experience for dog owners that's giving their four-legged friends a new leash on life.
Good girl.
Nichelle Medina, CBS News, San Diego.
SniffSpot enforces a 30-minute buffer between each booking. There are also no breed restrictions to any spot. A day after Zoom announced a partnership with AMC Theaters, it says it's joining forces with Tesla. The company announced that soon all new Tesla models will come with the ability to connect to Zoom. Elon Musk is selling more of his Tesla stock. The government reports Musk has sold nearly $4 billion worth of Tesla stock since he bought Twitter a couple of weeks ago. That blue check on Twitter, that's yesterday's news. The social media platform announced a new form of verification Twitter handle, and you'll see a gray check followed by the word official. That gray check will be assigned to government accounts, commercial companies, major media outlets, and some public figures. Gray checks cannot be purchased. The CEO of the social media platform Mastodon says it now has more than 1 million active monthly users. That's nearly double the number of the German-based platform says it had just before Elon Musk's takeover of Twitter. Our Pet Vet on Call next. Up next on the CBS Evening News, the latest on the balance of power in Washington in the wake of those midterm elections. And then on KOAM News at 6, we're going to hear more opinions on Missouri's approval of recreational marijuana. Plus, we'll hear from a new county commissioner who hopes to fill the big shoes of the man who served in that position for 40 years. And high school students from Joplin, Frontenac, and Riverton signing on to continue their athletic careers at the next level. Stay with us. CBS Evening News, KOAM News at 6. Some foods that are safe for you and me might not be safe for our pets. Today's question for our Pet Vet on Call. I've heard that onions can be harmful for dogs. Is that true?
Yes, it is. All onions and garlic are considered toxic to cats and dogs, and it's the same compound that makes us cry when we cut an onion, but the side effects in cats and dogs is much more severe. Anything from vomiting to irregular heart rate to destruction of red blood cells that can be fatal. It can be really, really bad. Now, does that happen every time to every dog? Probably not. Here quite a few years ago, we used to give garlic to repel fleas, and those are the dogs that probably pay the price for what we know now. So it's always better to stay safe than be sorry. Just stay away from it.
We invite questions from anyone. If you have a question, just send it to PetVet, KOAMTV.com. Dr. Eva Dudek from the Parsons Pet Hospital answers a different question. What brings us a fun fact every Wednesday on KOAM News at 5. You can also find answers to previous questions on our website. All right, let's check out our picks of the litter for the week. Yeah, look at this. From the Joplin Humane Society, we've chosen this Shepherd mix, a male puppy. His name is Once. And from the Southeast Kansas Humane Society, another youngster, this female kitten. She's a domestic short hair named Kanga. If you're looking for a pet, why not at least check out your local Humane Society? They have a lot of options for you. The weather, okay at the moment. It's going to be getting colder in the days ahead.
It is. We're going to stay mild tonight. Clouds are going to increase. 74 tomorrow, showers, thunderstorms, especially late afternoon into the evening, into the overnight hours. And then look at this. Highs only into the 40s, 50s. A chance for rain mixing with snow early next week, so quite a bit cooler over the next 10 days.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you at 6. Let's make it a great evening.